Warm welcome to CrossYoga. My name is Ria, and today it will be a Christmas power yoga class. Welcome to unroll your mat and just feel at home with me. Find a comfortable seated position on the mat, sitting bones firmly on the ground and a tall spine. So today's power yoga class will be because we need to do a little bit of physical movement in the time of Christmas. And I'm fascinated by the Christmas story. And if you want more Christmas yoga videos, I have a bunch from last year that I'm sure that you'll be able to get a lot out of again this year. But what I want you to do right now is just listen in. So you close your eyes and sit tall. And if you prefer moving a little bit as you listen, you're welcome to do that. Maybe you clear out both your breath and your mind with some sighs and exhales through your mouth. Now it's time to zoom in and listen to what God has for you today. I absolutely love the story about the three wise men. So I'm just going to read from Mattheu 2, the Passion Version, as you sit with eyes closed. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, near Jerusalem, during the reign of King Herod. After Jesus' birth, a group of spiritual priests from the east came to Jerusalem and inquired of the people, "Where is the child who is born King of the Jewish people? We observed his rising star in the sky, and we have come to bow down before him in worship." Now, some translation says wise men, but I just want to read a little bit about these wise men as it says here. Actually, it's also astrologists known as dream interpreters, these wise men. They were wealthy priests who have traveled with people who protected them as they were officials from the east. The Greek word magos is taken from the Mede language, which means spiritual advisors or simply priests. So they were appointed by the ruler of that time, maybe to travel all the way from Iran, what we today call Iran. So it was quite a long journey that they embarked on. So just picture these three priests, astrologists, wise men, whatever you want to call them. Picture that you see them observing this new star in the sky and just being puzzled by what that meant. They figure out that a new king was born, and not just any king. They pack their goods and belongings, and probably on camels. That's often how we see it, right? They traveled maybe for a year or at least for several months to see this newborn king. Just picture what they left behind, their safety net. They took a lot of important, valuable stuff with them, in danger of being robbed along the way, to seek out this king. All because they saw a star in the sky. And they were not the traditional Jewish people. They probably didn't know a lot about Jewish tradition. Maybe they did. But they were familiar somehow with what God has in store or had in store. Let's do a little bit of free movements on the mat, still seated. So I'm gonna go a little bit into the story of these 3 priests of that day. They were probably not religious, like followers of a Jewish tradition or Christians. They wouldn't be Christians because that's not until after Jesus, right? So it's just such an interesting thing that God spoke to these foreign people that far away and from that kind of different religion and tradition. Okay, make your way back or down into downward facing dog. Let me keep moving your legs. And breathe. Maybe you want to use your Ujjayi breath. And maybe just as you stay in down dog, say, okay, God, what do you want to speak to me about in this story? Now walk your feet to the top end of the mat, still hip width distance somewhat in between those feet. Fold forward. Notice how it stretches on the back of your legs. Pull in your navel so your tummy is involved as you rise up. High mountain, throw your arms out to the side and up towards the sky, looking up. Maybe we don't see stars today, maybe we do. Maybe we need to go outside to see during Christmas if you can find some beautiful stars up there. But anyway, throw your arms out and back, thumbs pointing back. And gather your hands and fold forward. Lift up halfway. Find your plank, so step your feet back. Take a breath here in plank pose to settle in, noticing if you are okay with staying here. On your knees, especially the first time, come down on your chest. As you lower down, lift your sternum, shoulders roll back, baby cobra. Tuck your toes under, move back into down dog. Let's just do that a few more times. Welcome to follow your breath. Inhale to the top end of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. And shoot your hands back, open up your chest, maybe go for a back bend as you exhale. Inhale, folding your hands in front of you. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank to low plank. Now I'm going to jump and do my toes. Elbows by your ribs. Inhale, cobra, or maybe you feel like doing up dog of a version. Exhale, down dog. Take one breath as you maybe adjust the way you stay or stand. On your next inhale to the front. Exhale, fold forward. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Open up your chest, lean back, open up your heart. The star, where is the star today? Inhale, hands to the front. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, jump or walk back, low plank. Cobra, up dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Again, just stay for a breath. To the front, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. High mountain, inhale. Exhale, release, let go, lean back. Inhale to the front, last time through. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, inhale. Plank, low plank, exhale. Take it slow on the way down. Cobra, up dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Again, one breath in down dog. And to the front, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. And lift your arms up overhead and stay for a few breaths in mountain pose. So what star are you following? What's the price you're paying for following what you believe is worth following? Open up your eyes. We're going to go through a sequence now with a little bit of balance. Now lift your arms up overhead. No need to lift your shoulders. Let your right leg lift up. And then we're going to squeeze ourselves together. So you can kind of grasp your elbows, or take your elbows together. Hinge forward, like the elbows and the knees kind of reach each other as much as you can. Then lift your arms up, if you can keep the balance, and take your arms out to the side. I call this star pose. So of course we're going to have that today. And then coming back, palms together, take your right leg and step it back, finding your high lunge, hands in front of your chest. And reach your arms up overhead, airplane pose. So reach a little bit out to the side, leaning forward, letting go of the right leg, finding your airplane pose, that version if you like. Then moving this right leg up again, take your arms overhead. And let's repeat that one. Elbows together, knees pointing in, kind of rounding your back. Take your arms up. Take your arms out to the side, right leg out, star pose. Palms together in front of your chest. Take that right leg back, high lunge, bending the front knee. Arms out to the side, hinge forward, so it's easier to find a balance position here. Now my floor is a little bit uneven, so it's hard. Airplane pose. Keep breathing. Take your arms overhead. And again, knee, elbows together. Just keep moving, keep breathing, star pose. Lift that right leg out to the side as much as you can. Palm together in prayer pose, right leg back, high lunge. Arms out to the side, lean forward, let go of the back foot. And step it to the front one last time through. Palms together, knee up. Star pose, reach out. See as far you can go with arms and legs to the side. Palms together. Let that right leg come back, high lunge. Arms out to the side, lean forward and lift your right leg up. And this time find down dog. So your hands reach down, step back, downward facing dog. On Vinyasa, inhale to plank. And slowly exhale. Try to see if you can really do it slow this time to engage your arms, shoulders. And then when you're down there, lift up your chest. Down dog, exhale. Again, one breath. And let's repeat on the other side. So move to the front, fold forward. Lift your arms up. Plant that right leg down and lift left leg up. We'll do it a little bit slow the first time through. So together, knee, elbow. Lift your arms out to the side. Left leg goes all the way out. Palms together, gaze on the floor. Now you know what to do. This time left leg comes back, reaching at the back and the floor, finding high lunge. Extending the back leg quite firmly. Arms out to the side, lean forward, airplane pose. All right, let's continue. Palms together, knee up, elbow down. Maybe you exhale as you hinge forward here. Star pose. Stand tall. Palms together, left leg back. Arms out to the side, let's fly. It would have been so much easier for the wise men if they lived today, right? They could just jump on an airplane and come here. But no, that was not possible back then. A few more times through. Star. Palms together. High lunge. Arms out to the side, lean forward, let go. One last time through. Engage your core as you move. Letting go of that perfectionistic tendency to do it perfect, and just breathe and move. Airplane. And this time, hands down on the floor, step back, down dog. Vinyasa, inhale to plank. And again, taking your time, making sure you don't just lean down like I call it like a snake, but with a firm, straight spine. Might take a breath or two. Shoulders before in front of your fingertips. And then use the arms as you lift the shoulders up and back, down dog. Oh, hope you got warm already. Do another sequence. Right leg up towards the sky. Open up your hips so you draw your knee out and up. Closing your hip underneath your belly and shoot it out to your left side. You're kind of coming almost out to a side plank. You don't do that, but in and out, coming back. Extend it up, three-legged dog. This time, no hip opener. And move it to the top end of the mat. Right leg up for a twist, navel in towards the thigh. Take that right arm back and draw a circle, leaning forward, high lunge. Stay low in your high lunge. Hands down, this right leg up and back. Maybe you want to keep it lifted as you do your vinyasa, maybe not. Both feet on the floor is perfectly fine. So when you're in your blow plank, both feet will come down so you can lift up in your cobra up dog and then do down dog. Opposite side, left leg up, open up your hip. Engage your ujjayi breath if you like. Again, closing your hip, draw the knee underneath your belly and out to your right side for a little bit of a spinal twist here. Core really involved. Come back, lift it up. And then to the top end of the mat, twisting the left arm up. Draw that hand back, and then to the ground, to the front. Gaze at the front. Lift up, high lunge. One breath. Hands on the floor. Again, three-legged dog. This left leg can be extended. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. One breath. Let's repeat again. Right leg up towards the sky. Open up your hip. Again, closing your hip joint underneath your belly out to the left side. Toenails still on the toes on the floor there. Right leg up and back and to the front. Twisting Right arm up towards the sky. Draw this huge, slow circle. And draw it up towards high lunge. Leaning forward, right leg up and back. Once again, Vinyasa, foot plank, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling cobra. Exhaling down dog. One breath. Left leg, reach it up. Again, open up your hip, bending the knee. Draw the knee under, keep your core tight and engaged out to your right side. Coming back, three-legged dog. Left foot to the top, on the inside of the hand there. Twisting, left arm up. Draw it back. Follow the hand with your gaze. As you reach forward, both hands go in the same pace up. Leaning forward, left leg up and back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down. Cobra, up dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Jump or walk to the top end of the mat for yoga squats. So knees out, toes out. I actually like the ball there of the foot outside the mat and my heels on the mat. Stay with me here in yoga squats. Let's see if you can find your crane pose, any version of that, side crane, crawl pose, whatever. Knee joint there on the tricep. See if you can let your gaze look to the front, find balance. Maybe jump back into your plank pose. Exhale, down, lift up, down dog. Let your heels sink heavy down towards the floor. This time, walk your hands back to the back end of the mats. Mountain pose. Before we begin the next sequence, just notice your body. Does it feel good to move and breathe and use your strength? Then open up your eyes. Sink down in chair pose. Still hip width distance in between the feet because we're going to move from here. Now take your right leg and cross it over. I call it figure four. You just stay on your mat. I'm just going to show you. Palms together. And then if you want, you can come all the way down to see if you can align the arm with the shin. And we might want to use a block for the next pose. Maybe, maybe not. Hinge forward. Now this is where you might want to use the blocks if you can't reach the floor. So lean forward, extend the standing leg. See if you can find this nice stretch on the glute meats. Let go of the floor. See if you can keep your balance, bending the knees so the right leg doesn't drop off. Take your hands in prayer pose, palms firmly together, and then lift your right leg up. And see if you can extend the leg there as much as you can using your quads. And then lower down, right leg, step it to the front. Lean forward, forward fold with hip openers. So hands down, left leg this time. And just throw left leg as high as you can towards the sky. One more breath. And release. Hip width distance on the mat, chair pose. You feel your legs on fire yet. All right, other side. Left leg crosses over, figure four. Again, palms together, an option at least. Sink low, see if the shin and the arms can reach just for fun. And extend the standing right leg, hinge forward, forward fold with this figure 4 going. Nose drawn in towards the standing leg. Let go of the floor. See if you can come out of it, still keeping your balance. Palms together again. Extend left leg out. You can obviously stay with the knees bended, or see if you can stretch out the leg. Maybe it feels different from left to right. Lower down, one step, one foot, and forward fold, right leg up this time. Again, just do whatever works for you here as you fold forward, open up this right side, right hip. One more big breath. And let go. Step back again, down dog. Let's do a little bit of core work. Move to your plank, and this time we're going to come down on the elbows. So I like folding my mat just one more time. So finding plank or knees or toes, core tight. And let's move the hip ever so slowly up and a little bit down. And up. And down. I start shaking now. I keep moving. Get your knees down, child's pose. Maybe you take your hands down by the side, forehead on the mat. One last question for meditation or reflection. So God chose these wise men. And in your church today, if you attend a church, if people came and said, "Oh, I have seen a star, God spoke to me," we probably would say, "I'm not sure about that." But just imagine that God can choose to speak in whatever way He wants. Also to the, what we can call odd choice of people, or what we might think of strange or weird. But the creator of the universe does not play by our rules. He is the one that makes the rules. And this is also why I'm not so afraid of doing Christian yoga, because somehow it reminds me a little bit of the story, right? God chooses sometimes unexpected ways to talk to us. Now draw your hands to the top end of the mat and find down dog again. Last sequence. A little bit of mix between core and legs. Right leg up towards the sky again. Just extend it out. Toes pointing down. And then slowly draw the knee underneath your belly. We are actually gonna go into a side plank now. You know your options with knees, with elbows. So right leg goes out to left side, turning on the back foot, lifting left arm up. And maybe just to make a little bit of a variation of this, take that right hand or left hand behind you, open up your shoulder. Stay strong with your breath. And then take both hands down, coming back with this right leg all the way up. And I'm turning on the back foot there, trying to see if we can find plank pose, what I call the tilted tree. So you can take that top leg, making the heel down in the inner thigh. See if you can find any version of side plank. Both hands down, see if you can make your way back. Right leg to the top end of the mat, pivot the back foot, warrior two. And please sink low. Get some distance in between those feet. Breathe. And just to engage your legs even more, try to see if you can push through the front foot, this front foot further to the top end of the mat. And the back foot further to the back, like you're ripping off the mat there. Just try to push each side and feel how that engagement of your thighs gets larger or bigger. And then draw your arms around, back heel off, step back, down dog. Hope your legs are pretty on fire now. Left leg up, extended back, opposite side obviously. Then bending the knee, or side plank, with this left foot to the right side. So turning on the back foot, left hand on the floor, right arm up. Make sure you don't sack in the shoulder, lift and push through. And this left arm, you can take it up and back if you like. Extended back, we're not done yet. So left leg up and back. See if we can keep the balance as we find our side plank now. This time the opposite side. Pivot again, the back foot there around, and maybe this tilted tree is easier on one side than on the other. Gaze down if it's hard to keep the balance. Letting go, both hands down, left leg up and back, and then to the top end of the mat, warrior two. Reach the hands out, see if you can get more distance from fingertip to fingertip. And then try to see if you can rip the mat apart again. So front leg more to the front, back foot more to the back. And then windmill your arms around, step back, down dog. Last vinyasa, inhale to plank. Low plank, exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, just sit on the mat just for a bit. So find whatever way is comfortable for you. And then take your right hand down, left arm overhead, reaching up, lifting the rib cage here up towards the sky. Coming back to center, opposite side. Now I'm talking about God speaking to us, and I truly believe that God speaks in many ways. To some of us, it's through Christ-centered yoga, maybe it's through the nature, but of course He also speaks in the church and in community and through other people. But everything God says is aligned with Scripture. So let's not miss that mark. So we need to know Scripture in order to listen into God. Sit tall. Maybe if notice if there's tension in your back, your neck. Find a way to stretch it, which side feels the best. Put the head back. Let's come down on the floor just for a few somewhat relaxing stretches. Cross your right leg over your left and then spinal twists, moving onto your left side, all the way onto your left hip. Right arm opposite. Coming back to center. This time left leg crosses over right and move out to the side. Left arm out. Make sure your spine is aligned with the long end of the mat. Just one last thing about the three wise men. They didn't get it all right. I mean, they went to Herod and he didn't quite understand what they were asking for. So they didn't get it quite right, but they got most of it right. And somehow, this all kind of speaks to us that God is in charge. He can speak through the stars and late in the story through dreams. So let's listen in, and maybe you do that as you rest just for a short while here on the mat, saying, God, is there anything you want to speak to me about? Just open up your heart. Is there anything, God, you want me to be reminded about? There might be something that popped in your mind. There might not. But just practice giving that space and that time. Maybe it will happen later today. Often that's in my case. I have a question for God and I want God to speak, and it doesn't happen right away. Sometimes it's later during that day, the day after. God speaks when He knows it's the right time. If you know that it's the right time to finish the class, move your wrists, ankles. Maybe you want to hug in your knees. And then get into a seat. I just want to finish with a short prayer. God, thank you for Christmas, that you came to earth. Thank you that you speak through what we might find strange or odd or off. I pray that you'll surprise us, God, with the way you speak this Christmas. And let's not take Christmas and your gift in Christmas for granted. In Jesus' name, amen. And from my heart to your heart, have a blessed, wonderful Christmas.